should be up. Oh, Stephen, do you need a... I'm assuming you
Hello.
have Twitch open?
Yep.
So you can see chat. You can also pop it out. I'm sure you know that. You probably know.
I
You probably know.
I can indeed.
Yeah. All right.
See the chat.
Hello. We are live, posting links, and there we are. Okay. Hello, everyone. Oh shit, my camera's. You move. You move. Okay. All right. What's up, everyone? I'm here with famous Get Wrecked host Steven, also known as Wedgehead. Welcome to the
That's
stream.
right. Probably the more famous host.
The much more famous host.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were the next
Based on
Food Network star.
Right, exactly. Based on my
my
storied Food Network career.
So-
Of course, with all of the corporate shakeup, Food Network and I had a falling out. So I'm no longer associated with the Food Network brand, but
Are you under like an NDA? You can't quite go into exactly what went down.
yeah, I can't talk about details.
Okay.
I also can't talk about the details of what I did with Food Network. You may not have even ever seen me on there, but it's
been. Not only have the all of the episodes been wiped from any networks or anything, it's also been wiped from your collective memory, like
right from the collective consciousness. Exactly.
Yeah, so anyway, this is Tabletop Simulator. This is my first time even being in this, but I guess more specifically, we're playing the Ruins of Arnak. I spelled it wrong.
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Uh-oh.
Arnak. Ruins of Arnak.
The Lost Ruins of Arnak. This is basically like Indiana Jones, the board game.
Ooh.
Although probably nothing to do with Indiana Jones, but very like exploration focused. Arnak is like a discoverable island that we've come together as adventurers to learn all of its many hidden mysteries.
Right.
And to get the most victory points.
The victory royale.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
All right, you want me to explain how we play? Should we just jump right into it?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, why not? What do we do?
Okay, in the Lost Ruins of Arnak, as I mentioned, we are both explorers exploring the Arnak Island. This game is a little bit worker placement. You have two explorers that you can send out on missions. You have a deck building component, so you can buy from this market board to enhance your deck of cards, or from this artifact board, again, to advance your deck of cards. There's also a race that'll happen, so that's over here. So on this board, we're trying to get our magnifying glass to the top of the track first to get the most points, then second most, etc. For you and I, it'll only be first and second, since there's only two of us. But it could be more if there were more people playing. So on your turn, you can do a few different actions, and we'll pass back and forth every action that's taken. And you can do any number of unlimited free actions. So first I'll talk about the main actions, the actions that you would take that would then pass to me. So the first thing that you can do is you can go to a location that's already been discovered. So to start the game, that's all of these campsites at the bottom. To go there, you have to play a card from your hand that has any potential symbol in it. So I'll show you my hand for this first play. And when you play, put it in this, you have like a blue box. That'll help the mod clean up the cards after the round's over.
Okay, so every time I play, I want to show them in that box?
Yeah, you want to play them into that box.
Okay.
Okay, so to move my worker to a discovered site, I have to play a card that has the movement symbol. So in this case, I need to play a boot. You'll see like my fear card has a boot on it. But also any of the better exploration cards count as well. If you notice here, there's a little hierarchy. So the boot is the lowest. A motorcycle or a boat can count as a boot. A plane can count as a motorcycle, a boat, or a boot. So basically you just play any card to be able to put your worker at a campsite. But certain sites require different things. So like as we get up into this section of the board, we require either a jeep or a boat. As we get all the way up to this part of the board, 2 jeeps or 2 boats.
Okay. Method of travel. I get it. So we're like going to
Yeah.
locations, and we.
Yeah, we're like going out to
I
locations.
got it.
And you
Yeah,
can see,
that makes sense.
based on the board, you can see like over here's all the water, so that's why it's all the boats. Or here's the land.
Yeah.
Just from a thematic standpoint. You can also always choose to pay 2 coins to hire a pilot. So basically, you can use 2 coins to sub for any method of travel if you need to.
Okay.
That's one of your actions. That's going to a site that's already been discovered. Another action is actually to discover a site. So to discover a site, we would go to one of the locations above this line or this line that don't already have a discovered site on there. So right now we have no discovered sites. You would pay the required number of compasses. So in this case, it would be 3 compasses. You would pay the method of travel. So in this case, it would be a motorcycle. You would get the totem, which is an immediate effect, and 3 points. And then you would discover a site. So a site will come out. I'll just show an example. So it would look like this. You immediately get the benefit of it. And then a guardian comes out on top of the site. It's like a creature to fight. To fight the creature, you have to pay the requirement here. That's another action that you can do if you have a creature at your location or guardian at your location. If you don't defeat the guardian by the end of the round, when you take your worker back, you'll get another fear card. A fear card is like a dead card in your hand that's minus points at the end of the game.
Which thematically means it struck fear into our hearts, which rendered us incapable of defeating it.
Exactly.
Okay.
It was just so scary.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But it didn't hurt us because it's a nice guardian.
Good.
Okay, and then there's level 2 sites, so you can see they cost much more, basically. Just 6 compasses, 2 methods of travel. So we may not get there for a while.
Yeah, so all of these sites are undiscovered locations we have to first discover, then face a guardian.
Right.
Well, I assume so. With these little tags above, is this always the same site only and site and guardian? Because it's the same in all of these.
Yes, and every time you discover, this is actually a function of the mod. The mod's going to do a lot of this for us.
Yeah.
So the way Tabletop Sim works is it's built on community mods primarily. So someone actually developed and scripted this Arnak mod. The way that it works is when you want to discover a site, first you'll click this to put your worker there, then you'll click this to discover the site in the Guardian. There are some cases, very edge cases, usually based on a card that will allow you to discover a site without a Guardian. But for the most part, you'll just click this button. That's just a little mechanical thing.
Okay.
The other thing that you can do on your turn is you can buy a card. So you can buy from an artifact. Or I think thematically the game says you're discovering an artifact, so you're paying compasses to explore and find a hidden artifact. Mm-hmm. If you get an artifact, the thing on the card happens immediately. So in this case, this means you draw a card and you get to remove a card from your deck. Or you can buy an item. An item doesn't happen immediately, but it'll go to the bottom of your deck. So the way that the game works, as opposed to most deck builders where you get rid of everything, shuffle it all only when needed, in this game, after everything's played, it all gets shuffled and put on the bottom of your deck. So the items that you buy are pretty much guaranteed to show up in your next hand before all the stuff that you just played. Once you have an item, the other action that you can do is you can play a card. So in this case, if I had the machete, I could play it to be able to get rid of a card and get 2 compasses. However, if I play the card in that way, I do not get the benefit of the motorcycle. I basically either have to use the Jeep or play the card for its effect.
Okay, so each effect is linked to an icon. So all of the icons. Yes. So we have that looks like it adds a card to your deck.
Yeah, you have a reference, but you can just ask me as well. I'm pretty familiar with all the icons. Where's my reference? I just point. It's above your player board over here.
Okay, draw a card. Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh, okay. The last main action that you could do is advance on the track. So I mentioned that there's a race component.
Yeah.
To advance on the track, you first either choose to advance your magnifying glass or your journal. Thematically, your journal can never be in front of your magnifying glass because first you have to discover and then you log it.
Okay.
All you're trying, ultimately, you're trying just to get your magnifying glass to the end. However, every time you move up the track, you get a benefit for having your magnifying glass there, and also a secondary benefit for having your journal there. So you may want to move your journal up at least a little bit.
Hello, PGT. So what are the win states? And also, I don't know. Are we competing or are we?
We are competing,
We're
yes,
competing, okay.
and basically we're just competing for the most victory points. So whoever has the most victory points by the end wins. I'll mention from like if we're thinking about it in terms of a distribution of victory points, this track is absolutely like the most victory points for sure.
And the
so
victory
going
points
up this
are the purple.
are the purple, right?
Yeah.
So this
Okay.
this would be the position of your magnifying glass. This would be the position of your journal. So moving up the track is pretty important. I would say pretty much everything you're doing is trying to give you the resources to move yourself up the track. So what I didn't mention about this, the moving up the track, is you have to pay the cost.
Yeah.
So for me to move my magnifying glass here, I have to give up a compass and an arrowhead, and then I can move here.
Would it be the same for the journal, or can you use the journal once you've
same
used...
for the journal? Yep, same for the journal.
So you're paying. So if you're putting journals and so let's say you were to put a journal and a magnifying glass on literally every spot, you would be paying each of these costs twice, because
yes, although your journal doesn't have to directly follow your magnifying glass, so you'll notice that like they kind of link. So this square can go here or here. I'm trying to see if there's any example where you kind of get blocked out. I think this one's pretty friendly.
So as long as they're touching, that means
as long
it's
as
like
they're
a path.
touching, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But my magnifying glass could go here, and then I could choose to pay a ruby and have my journal go here.
Yeah. Okay. So they can take separate paths. Yeah. All right. Okay.
So they can take separate paths.
Well,
yeah.
Look, I will say there's a shit ton that I have to learn right now, and I always learn better just playing it. And I think chat will also probably learn better just playing
it. This one definitely will make more sense as we just play. The only other thing I wanted to mention though is you do have free actions. Those are denoted by something with a little lightning bolt. So in your starting hand or in my starting hand, I can choose to play these cards just to get money, but that's not my main action. I can do that an unlimited number of times.
Okay.
I could play all of this, and then I could do something.
Just wing it? I can't just wing it. If I wing it, I'll lose. I'm playing against a seasoned Lost Ruins of Arnak player.
That's right. I'm a professional, actually. I play this for money.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
Okay. I'm going.
Well, I do notice that I have a card that explains what I can do in my turn. I do notice I have a card which explains my effects. So if I need to reference these, I will. I can also just ask you.
Yes. Exactly.
So for stream's sake, that we should not be able to see what you are doing, or should we be able to see what you are doing? Is it one of those games where you hide your deck and you don't want your actions revealed, or is it one of those games where you kind of just each turn everyone sees?
You should not be able to see my hand, but you'll definitely be able to see what I'm doing.
Sure. Okay. All right. I think we should give it a whirl and let this kind of be half practice run, half first run.
Yeah, let's go for it. And you actually are first.
Yo! Why is... Okay. Our icons are upside down. If you turn... Anyway, whatever. All right. If you turn the entire camera around, you can see our icons. It's like the whole thing's upside down. Anyway, that's fine. I got you, Paz. Okay, so I'm going first, right?
Yeah.
So on my turn, perform one main action. I can dig at a site, discover a new site, overcome a guardian, which we don't have. So dig at a site, discover. Those are both things I could do right now, potentially.
You don't have the compasses to discover.
Okay, so I can dig.
You could dig, which is probably good.
I would
not say to start. That's probably the good.
Sure. I overcome a guardian. We don't have that. Buy an item. I don't have anything to do that with. but
You do have 2 gold to start.
right. So I can select the. So I can play. Oh, I do have 2 gold to start. Okay, so I can play the Could I play all 3 of these energy lightning bolt cards that I have?
You could, yep, if you want to.
So to play them, do I just move them into the square, into the rectangle?
Yeah, just put them here. Yeah.
Okay, that I'm playing, that I'm playing, and that I'm playing.
Okay, and also in the mod, you can just click left click to increase or right click to decrease. So you can increase.
So it's really not formal. I mean, it's just relying on trust here. Well, you're watching. Some
part of it is trust for sure.
Okay, you're watching, so it's fine, and so is the entire chat. That means I totally won't cheat. So we have 2. Okay, so now I have 1 compass and 4 gold coins. Sorry. So with the gold coins, there are a few things I could buy. I notice. Now, if I buy, does that end my turn?
It does. Yes.
Okay.
It passes to me.
So when it says free action, that doesn't just mean it doesn't require any items. It also means that I can just keep playing. It doesn't end my turn.
Right, exactly.
Okay, as for these fear cards, these are just bad. Wait, can you see my hand?
I cannot, no.
You cannot. Okay, so I'm just telling you what I have. I don't know.
Okay, well, that's fine. I will say the fear cards, they're kind of dead cards. They're minus points. However, you'll notice that they do have a boot at the top left, so you can use it to be able to dig at the campsite.
But with the minus card, if I were to play it, would I lose a victory point?
No, it'll just be at the end of the game. If you still have them in your deck.
Okay, so if I have them in my deck, so I do want to play them.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. All right, cool. Got it. Okay, so all right, so I've got gold and I've got a compass. Now with that compass, I can't discover anything because all the discoveries are 3 compasses.
Can't discover anything, but on this main action, you could go here to get the other 2 compasses that you need. However,
true.
If you only have another fear card, you won't have the movement required. But you could always pay 2 gold to hire a plane. So you could come here, get compasses, and then pay 2 gold to go to one of these next time if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm. But if I were to go here and I don't plan on going forward, are you saying I'm stuck next round? I mean, there's surely other things I could do in the next round.
Yeah, you can do other things.
Yeah.
You can just, you have 2 fear cards, which basically mean you can go to 2 of these.
Mm-hmm. I'm opting. So these I would choose because they give me items, basically.
They just give you stuff, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, I got it. Right. That makes perfect sense.
The only one here that has any icon that you might not recognize is this means you have to be able to discard another card in your hand to gain a ruby. So so for this site, because you only have 2 cards right now, if you wanted to do this, you would have to do it now and get rid of your other card.
Okay, got it.
I would say you probably don't want to do that yet, to be honest.
I got that. Well, then in that case, I'm going to go for the compasses for sure. So okay. I'll play a fear card.
Yep, and then you can just click the plus here. And that brings your worker there.
Okay.
And it gave you 2 compasses.
And it gave me 2 compasses. Okay. Great.
And then you should have a thing, again, it's on the honor system. At the top of your screen, you should have a thing that says like end turn or something, I think. It's like under all the tabs at the top, there should be a little thing.
Click to end turn. Okay.
There we go. Okay.
Got it.
Okay, so on my turn, since you took the compasses, I'm going to play my 2 free compasses here to get up to 3. And then I'm going to discover a site. And I will go and get... Okay, so I'll use this as the Jeep. And I'll go to this one with the compass.
And don't forget to add... Did you add that coin?
Well, when I play it as a Jeep, I don't get this.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Got it. Understand it. Got it. Makes sense.
And I don't know if you saw that, but there's a I forget what they call them. Not artifact. Idols. There was an idol there. So when I discovered the
Sure.
site, I got the idol, which immediately gave me a compass. I do need to bring this down.
And 3 victory points as well.
Yep, it's 3 victory points. The other thing that I can do as a free action is I can use my idol to cover up one of these and do any of these things. And that's a free action.
Do these things. That means like,
Yep.
so in these case, you would be gaining
I
items.
would
This
getting
case, you're
items, drawing a card.
basically spelling, you're buying. Well, trading.
Yep.
Okay.
So I won't do that now, but I do have the option.
Sure.
Okay, so I went to this site, so I'm going to add a site and a guardian. So from the site, I got a ruby, and now to be able to overcome the guardian on a next turn, I'd have to pay 2 compasses and an arrowhead.
Okay.
So then I'll pass it back to you.
Okay. Starting to make sense. There's a couple aspects that we haven't touched that I'm still a little bit iffy on, but that's fine. So far, I understand. So okay. So I need 3 compasses to discover, and I have 3. So I could do that. I have 4 gold, so I could buy. I have
but if you only have a fear card in your hand, you would have to use 2 coins to be able to go to one of these.
To be able to go to one of which?
Any
of because none of them have a boot, right?
Because none of them are a boot, right?
Yeah, true.
You'd
That's
have to
right.
You'd have to hire a pilot.
That's right. Okay. Well, in that case, I could buy a card that has a vehicle I could use. That's one thing I could do. And that also...
Yeah, although these will go to the bottom of your deck. They won't go to your hand.
Mm-hmm. Well, in that case, I guess I'm just going to discover just so I can do it. So that requires me to pay 2 gold.
Yep.
Which I will do.
And your 3 compasses.
And 3 compasses, right. And now I'm going to move myself.
So I'll mention the icons here. So these are get rid of a card from your hand or your play area.
Yeah.
So you could get rid of one of your fear cards, especially the one you already played if you wanted to. This is just get a coin. This is trade a tablet for an arrowhead or an arrowhead for a ruby. And this is refresh assistant. Neither of us have one right now. So these 2 are probably not the greatest option for you currently.
Yeah. Okay. So 3 gold. Remove a card. Why would I want to remove a card that's already in play? So if you play a card, you still have it. I mean, guys, you're not discarding it. It would go to the bottom.
Well,
what does it
you
do?
would get rid of a card permanently from your deck, so you could get rid of one of your fear cards.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Because remember, these are -1 at the end of the game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got pretty screwed with those in my hand, so I think I'm actually going to do that. So I'll move here.
Okay.
And now I can exile a card, so I will take fear and I move it into the trap.
You move back to the pile for this one.
Okay. So that gets rid of that, and then now I have to add Sight and Guardian.
Yep. Okay, so that let you draw a card. You got a coin and you got a tablet. To overcome this Guardian, you'll have to pay 4 coins on a following turn.
So my turn's over.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so I discovered a site. So this is going to be kind of tough. But I will use my fear card to come get an arrowhead, since I'll need an arrowhead.
How are we doing? I'm doing well.
And then that's my turn.
Okay. Cool. I think I missed what you just did. What did you do?
I went and got an arrowhead, since I'll need it to overcome the Guardian.
Oh, you can be in 2 places at once?
Yeah, you have 2 explorers. You have your archaeologist here and your archaeologist here.
Okay. All right, so next turn. So it's now my turn. I'm going to get a compass with this card.
Okay.
And I'm going to... Let's see. I have 3 compasses again. No, I don't. Never mind. I thought that was a 3 in my top right. Out of the corner of my eye. Okay, so I do not have anything that helps me, really. Let me look at some of my options.
If you want to overcome this guardian, remember that you can use your idol that you gained.
Oh, that's right. I gained an idol.
You could get a coin, and then you would have 4 to be able to overcome the guardian if you wanted to.
So these it says it has a 3 points on it. Does that mean I?
Yeah.
So when the
So
1, 2,
so
3.
these are always 3 points.
Okay.
However, these are extra points if they remain uncovered. But as soon as you cover them, you won't get them at the end of the game.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Well, I don't know if that's a worthy trade-off, but I also don't think I have anything else good to do here, so I will.
I mean, if you think that it would be more impactful, another thing that you could do, because this would give you a coin as well, you could instead use your tablet to get an arrowhead,
Yeah.
and then you could advance
That's
on this
true.
track. If you wanted to do
I will
that.
do that. I will do that. That is
Okay.
what I'm going to do. So I will take a arrowhead,
Okay.
and I'm going to
Then you need to spend an arrowhead and a compass.
arrowhead and a compass to bring the magnifying glass.
Yeah, and you're
Okay.
blue.
Magnifying glass will get rid of the compass, get rid of the arrowhead. I'm blue. You're. Where's my
You get
magnifying
a
glass?
coin. I fixed
Oh,
it for you.
okay. And then I
And you
get a
get a
gold.
coin.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
then
That's
you
my
pass.
turn. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so I think I'm also going to cover up my first space to get a coin and a compass. And then I'm going to spend 2 compasses and an arrowhead to overcome my guardian.
Okay.
When you overcome the guardian, it goes to your play area, and it has a one-time use effect. So I can use this guardian one time as a boat, and then it flips over. And the guardian's just generally worth 5 point whether I flip it over or not. So that'll come over to my play area. I'll keep track of that. So now I have this guardian. But that was my main action. So I might as well gain this coin as well. And I pass.
Okay, cool. Well, now I'm going to overcome the guardian.
Okay.
So by doing that, I just grab it.
Yep.
Okay. And I
You
have
can
to
just
get rid of
bring it
3
over.
coins. 4 coins. I'll bring it
Yep,
over there.
4
Yeah.
coins.
So get rid of 4 coins. And that's all I'm going to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I have 3 coins and a ruby.
Is everybody watching understanding this yet? It took me a second, but I think I get it.
I think I'm going to pay 3 coins to gain the chronometer over here.
Sure.
So I'll buy this. The buy row gets refreshed. And then I pay 1, 2, 3 coins. And then I pass.
Okay. So can I move to one of these spots?
No, if you don't have an archaeologist with you, then they're stuck for the remainder of the round.
How do I get an archaeologist with me?
So like we started with 2.
Yeah.
And you've played both of your 2.
Oh, and then that's it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I didn't know it worked that way. All right. Well, so what happens with the benefits here?
So now that we've discovered this site, on future rounds, just like the campsite, you could pay a boat and get the benefits.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. All right. So great. So that's all out of the way now. So the archaeologists are done. There's no more moving to certain sites or whatever.
Right.
Okay. So with that in mind, what options do I even have? I have no gold. I have a free action from my guardian.
Yeah, you do. You
I can
could turn
replace tablet into an arrowhead or a ruby.
It's like a ladder. So it's tablet into arrowhead or arrowhead into ruby.
Okay, well I do have a tablet.
Okay, so would an arrowhead get you anything?
I don't know. it wouldn't because I have nothing else. So I think that
true.
with that, I don't think there's anything for me to do even.
Okay. So then in that case, as the final potential main action that you can take is you can just flip this over, which just indicates that you pass.
I flip. Oh, I pass for the rest of the round?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I have to do that.
And then once we both pass, then we'll go to the next round.
How do I flip it?
Oh, F.
Ah, okay. Well, that's me then.
Okay, so I think I can... I'll move my magnifying glass up, so I'll pay a ruby. And I'll get a coin. And with 1 coin, do I want to buy anything? Sure, I'll buy the pickaxe for 1 coin. And then I have nothing else to do, so I will pass as well.
Okay, so it's new round.
Yep, so I'll click setup round 2. Oh, and then since you still have a card in your hand, you can choose to either keep it or play it. Although I think you have exactly 5 cards, so you're going to have the exact same hand next time. So it probably doesn't matter.
No, I can't do anything with it anyway.
So I will set up round 2.
Okay.
You'll notice that as we move throughout the rounds, we slowly have more artifacts than items.
Yeah.
So that'll happen. Every round, the thing to the left and right of the idol or the staff gets removed. So that's what happened here.
Okay. There are 5 rounds? What's with the 5?
Yeah, there are 5 rounds.
Okay, got it. All right, who goes first?
The game goes pretty quick.
You go first.
Yep, I go first.
Okay.
So let's see. What do I want to do? I think I like this site. That was a pretty good site to get. So I think I will play this funding card as a boat. And I will send my person there. When the site is discovered, you don't have to pay the compasses again.
Right.
So it just
that's only for discovering.
I'm going to draw a card, and I'll get a coin and a tablet, and then I'll pass.
Okay, cool. I am going to... Is there any reason why I would even want to hold on to cards that are just free actions? Well, I guess for travel.
For travel, yeah.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I'm going to play this card and this card. So that'll give me a coin. No, 2 coins.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to... Okay, let me take a look here. With this action, that's take a card out of my deck, turn it into a ruby, right?
No, this is discard a card. So take a card out of your hand, and it becomes a ruby.
Out of my hand, but not out of my deck?
Right, yeah. You'll play a card from your hand to your play area, but not get its benefit, and then you get a ruby.
Okay, got it. Well, I'm gonna do.
So it's like you're discarding, basically.
Oh, but I'm guessing the card I use to travel can't be the one that I use to get the ruby. So I would need to discard for a ruby. Is that worth it? Let me think about it.
You would need to play a card to be able to come here, and then get rid of a card to get a ruby.
That's fine. I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna use this boot to travel here. And then I'm going to discard... Wait, let me think about this. I just placed this. I don't know how to bring it back into my hand.
If you press 1, if you hover over it and press 1,
okay.
There you go.
So that's my bad. So let me think about which one I want to use, though, because it might differ. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, actually. Yeah, it actually...
Oh, and actually, I didn't see it earlier. But you'll notice because this is not connected, I can't go ruby to ruby.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I'm going to be really low on compasses no matter what here, I think. And with that in mind, although there are options for me, but whatever the case, I'm going to go ahead and do exactly what I was already doing. So I'll use that in order to get a ruby.
Okay, and it gave it to you already.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sure. So that's my round. Or turn. Right.
Okay, I think I'll use my fear card. Get 2 compasses. And then pass.
Okay. And I am going to... Oh, yeah, got you. I got what you did. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this compass just because.
Okay.
And I'm going to... What was it that I saw to do? Okay, I think I'm going to try to buy something. So,
Okay.
there are fishing rod. Buy... What? Buy shovel?
Yeah, that's buy an item.
Buy an
So
item.
These are all items.
Okay. Oh, it's a type of item.
Yep.
Buy item with a discount of 3 coins. So that means any item costs 3 coins less?
Yep, including the top card of the deck. So you can draw the top card and choose
Including
to take
the
it.
top card of the deck?
Yeah, this deck,
Okay.
where they come from.
So I can just like look at what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Carrier pigeon gives me 2 free tablets. That's not bad. Hot air balloon. Exile this card to something? What's that icon?
To move an archaeologist with a discount of a plane.
So I get a plane.
Yep.
Okay. I get a plane, basically. If discovering a new site, I also have a discount of 3 compasses. So I get so I don't have to spend 3 compasses. So if it's one of these sites, I wouldn't have to spend any compasses.
And you wouldn't have to spend any movement.
I wouldn't have to spend any movement either. Well, I'm not. I think I was going to go for that one, but
what I'll mention about this one is because it says exile, this is basically a one-time use.
Sure.
However, the hot air balloon always counts as just a plane.
Okay. And I wouldn't be exiling it if I were to just use it as a plane. In addition to that, though, if I did exile it, does that mean I would lose the victory point on it?
You would, yep.
Oh, okay. Okay. Bear trap. Exile this card to overcome a guardian on a site not occupied by any other player. I don't know about that. We also have trader's coins, which is stupid. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, these are purchase costs of compasses anyway, so I don't.
Oh, I can't get them. Okay. So in that case, I'm definitely looking between fishing rod looks good. Honestly, they're all pretty good. Bear trap, I'm not as interested in. I think that hot air balloon's the best one.
Okay.
So I'm going to buy that. So I'm...
well, can you put it back actually?
Oh, sure.
And then click
that. Buy. Okay, and now I have to remove the 2 coins that I spent.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and play my pickaxe for its effect. So I'm paying a compass to dig up a tablet and an arrowhead.
Okay.
And that's my main action.
Okay. So for me, all I have is a compass, a tablet, and a ruby, which isn't the most useful thing ever. In fact, I think
remember, there's 2. You have some paths here. You have a ruby.
Oh, you're right. So I can follow my path. That's true.
You also have your guardian that could turn a compass or a tablet into an arrowhead. So then you would have the criteria to be able to move your notebook up.
That's true.
If you wanted to do either or, you could do both of those things.
But when it comes to the path, you have to move the magnifying glass to a spot before you move the notebook every time.
Right, correct.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, the notebook can never be above the magnifying glass, but they can be equal.
So I will... Wait a minute, did I ever get the coin for moving my magnifying glass up? I think I did. As for this other one, what is that representing?
So that allows you to pick one of these assistants. You can have a max of 2 assistants, and you'll notice they are free actions. So every round, you'll be able to use them once, and they do whatever they say on the assistant.
I'm going to do this.
Draw a card, discard. This is money or plane.
I'm going to do this. This is a free action for the Guardian. So what does that... So that means I can do this and I can keep going. So...
You flip him over.
So I'm going to flip him over, and I'm going to change my tablet to an arrowhead. So it should be like that to that.
Yep.
And then now that I have an arrowhead and a compass, I'm going to follow my notebook with my magnifying glass. So I have... Now I want to remove my compass and my arrowhead. And I will now look for an assistant.
Yep.
So
So you have to pick one of the top 3 here. So this guy is draw a card, then discard any card in your hand. This person eats either a coin or a plane, and this person is pay a boot for an arrowhead.
okay.
You'll notice there's a banner below them. Each of these assistants can be upgraded to a better side, a gold side.
Mm.
That's what this shows, is what the better side looks like. You flipped over the whole stack there, but that's what this shows, the better.
How do I only
And
flip over one card? I don't know.
and
Confusing.
to do that, you'll notice that these are gray. So these are where you get your 2 regular assistants.
And
These
I
are where you can
upgrade. I
upgrade them.
see. Well, I'm gonna start with the plane or the coin, I think.
Okay.
I think I like the plane and the coin. So if I only want to take the one, how do I do
So
that?
just kind of click it and drag it quickly, or else you'll drag the whole stack. There you go. And that goes here on your board.
Now with
And
the
she
free
starts-
action, that means so can I use her once
you-
once a round?
Once every round, yep.
Okay. Got it. All right, then I'm gonna end my turn.
And that's actually a good get for you because you still have your archaeologist, so she will let you move somewhere with that archaeologist.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. Yo,
Okay,
I just did a master play. That's like the kind of plays you'll be
that's
doing in
right.
Pro Arnak, getting your money or whatever. The hell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got it, okay.
Okay,
pretty
what was I doing? I don't think I really had a plan, to be honest, but both my archaeologists are gone.
Don't admit that. Don't admit that.
Well, both of my archaeologists are gone, then I might as well just take advantage of this stuff. So I'm playing the top of this, so that's 2 compasses and a coin.
Yep.
And then I'll just put my fear card down here as well, because I will be able to use it. So I have 2 tablets, an arrowhead, 2 coins, and 3 compasses. So what do I want to do?
Wait, you're putting your fear card down. Are you going to use the boot?
Well, I've already used both my archaeologists, so this fear card does nothing. So I'm just putting it down so that way it gets discarded when I pass.
You can do that for free?
Well, I mean, here, if we do it in the correct order, I'll hold on to it, but I will get rid of it by the time we
Sure.
go to the next round. Okay, so let's see. So I could advance my magnifying glass. Don't think I have a way. Oh, actually, you know what? I will do the same thing you just did. I will pay a compass and an arrowhead to move my notebook up.
But you moved your notebook somewhere where your magnifying glass was not.
Yeah, and you can do that. I think I had mentioned that. If I didn't mention that,
Well, I
you can
asked
do
if you could do that, and you said you couldn't.
Oh,
You said
Sorry.
I asked, could you move a? So
Here.
you can't move a
Here.
notebook before you move a magnifying glass. I thought you'd said.
yeah, which is true. Your journal can. Oh, okay. Sorry, I interpreted it wrong. Your journal can never advance in front of your magnifying
But it
glass.
can stay
so
on
you-
the same line.
But it can stay on the same line. Correct. Anywhere on the same line.
Okay. That would have been
Yeah.
kind of useful to know, but also doesn't really matter because I probably wanted to save my ruby anyway. It's fine. That's fine. Okay.
Well, what I was saying is you can still utilize your ruby to move your magnifying
Yeah,
glass.
yeah.
If you'd like to.
Yeah, which is what I
Um,
should save it for. So that's good.
Okay. Actually, you know what? Because of the current situation that I'm in, this seems pretty good. It would allow me to actually use that fear card that I currently have, and would allow me to go up here. So I think I will take this assistant.
Next level
And
strategizing going on right now.
I might as well just go ahead and do it now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tap that assistant. Maybe that's not the best way to say that.
I mean,
I'm
like,
gonna rotate the assistant to show that it has been used, and which means I have to play a boot. So I'll play that fear card to get an arrowhead, and then I will pass.
okay. Well, then I'm gonna pass completely.
You don't want to?
No, I haven't. That's right. I have an archaeologist. Thank you for stopping.
Oh yeah,
me.
you have an archaeologist.
I have an archaeologist. So with that archaeologist. Oh, and I have a ruby to advance. You're right.
Yeah,
Okay, I have a few plays still left to go. I got you. So now
Mhm.
I understand why you brought that up. I was confused. Okay, so with my assistant,
You could even get another ruby if you want. That's a ruby space, a free ruby, not a discard ruby.
sorry, where?
This one.
Oh, that's true. You're totally right. Well, I do want to move my archaeologist, so let me see what options I at least have. So I do have that option to get the free ruby. In addition to that, I could get 2 coins. I could get 2... No, I can't get 2 compasses because you're there. I pointed at that twice, but I'm trying to remove it. I could get 2 coins, 2 tablets, an arrowhead. That's it from here. Although I don't... Well, I have a plane. That's right. Okay. So I'd be using my assistant to do these things.
Yeah, to go anywhere.
Because a plane... I'm going to keep reading this for chat. The plane in the travel hierarchy, it can... You can use a plane for any of the other types of travel. It overrides them, essentially, which makes sense because obviously if you can drive somewhere, you can probably fly there. And if you can take a boat somewhere, you can also probably fly there. So
yeah, it's a seaplane.
Right, yeah. If and just in case the location's like right in the middle of the ocean, the plane can land on water, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So there's... Okay, and then there's the ruby, which is the other option, which looks like my best choice. I mean, 2 tablets is nice. I haven't really used a tablet for almost anything yet. The only thing I used it for was for trading, but I no longer have that ability quite as easily because I use my guardian. So that's kind of out of the question. I don't really feel like I need tablets right now, although I guess building them up could be useful.
Yeah, generally I'll say that this track, you'll notice, is quite tablet.
It is quite tablet.
Tablet, arrowhead, and ruby heavy. So all of those are good options.
Well, it looks like tablets are just easier to get than rubies. And with that in mind, for future rounds, I think I'm going to go for the ruby right now because I have the ability to. So why is my icon a ruler? What exactly did I do to make it a ruler instead of a hand?
All the way on the left.
Never mind. I figured it out. Okay. So in order to turn this assistant, what do I do?
Hold it, grab it, and then use your scroll wheel.
Oh, okay. Okay. So with that, I'm going to use that for the plane, and I'm going to travel right here. And in doing so, I gained a ruby. And that's my turn for now, I think, right? Okay, cool. I got it. I see my path a little bit.
Okay. Now, what was I doing? Oh, that's right. I am paying a tablet.
A fear card
and
you want to get rid of, I think.
I did that last time. So I'm paying a tablet and an arrowhead to move up my magnifying glass here. I'm the first person to this area, so I get this, which is just a coin. That's a coin. And then I also get a compass. And then I pass.
I just got an achievement for playing the game for an hour and not flipping the table. Is that like just a thing? Okay, I don't know. I don't know anything about this simulator. Okay. So now I want to do something. Right, I want to move my magnifying glass up. So I'm going to spend a ruby to move my magnifying glass up. Right.
And you're the first person here, so you get to exile a card if you'd like.
I get to exile a card. Well, I'm going to exile my fear card.
Okay.
It is my only boot, but all these things override a boot, so whatever.
Yep. So that goes back to the pile. And then you get a compass.
Okay. Sure. And I get an assist. I get an assist. Oh, no, because that's journal. Never mind. Yep, I got
the bottom one is journal.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
and my turn. Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything else I can do. I have 3. Oh, I have 3 coins. I guess I could buy something. Oh, I also have 3 compasses. I could buy an artifact. I think I mentioned this, but when you buy an artifact, this actually happens immediately.
Okay.
And then when the artifact comes up on future rounds, you have to pay a tablet to use its effect. So it's thematically, it's like you're reading to understand like how the artifact works.
Oh yes. Okay. Right.
Also, most artifacts, I think all artifacts count as a plane.
I feel like I would really need to read to understand exactly what this one does. It's a little bit confusing.
Yeah. Well, you need to learn all of its secrets.
Right. It might be hiding something on the
Yeah,
inside.
what you don't understand is you have to bash it open, and then there's gold inside.
Okay. I am having fun.
Okay, so this would allow me to refresh my person, but I don't think that would be good for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the boot to do anything. This would allow me to do an upwards trade, which would get me an arrowhead, which I could then actually use to bring my journal up.
Oh, geez. You're opening up
Uh,
possibilities that I don't like.
oh wait, no, I couldn't do that because my tablet would become an arrowhead and then I'd be stuck.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd get 2 coins. So let's bank that. And let's get the carrier pigeon.
By the way, if anybody has any questions about what's going on, just ask them. Don't stay confused.
Okay, so I bought the carrier pigeon, so I'm passing.
There's a lot that we're doing, and if you missed the explanation or didn't understand it, you're probably still completely lost. Okay. Well, I have nothing else to do, I think.
Did you pay your ruby, by the way?
I didn't. Thank you for noticing. Okay, so... There's nothing else I can do, I think, at this point. Although I could... No, there's nothing I could do.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So, I do have a compass, but it doesn't look like that is enough to buy anything or move anywhere. Okay, well, I'm gonna just, flip, and I'm done.
Okay, so I'll pay a coin for this one, why not? And then do I want to pay 3 compasses for either of those? I don't think so.
Was that the bear trap that you bought?
No, I bought the gold pan.
I didn't even see what that one did.
Actually, you know what? Why not? I'll buy this. So I got 3 okay, so this should have played immediately. I don't think it worked. So I'm going to turn my tablet into an arrowhead and I'm going to get 2 coins.
And spend your compasses.
Oh, yep, and spend my compasses. And then I don't think I want to buy anything else. I think I'm good. So I will pass and I will, not end turn. Wait, can you send that back to me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have pass and we will set up round 3.
Okay. All right, so I'm starting. Right off the bat, I got my hot air balloon. So let me look. I got 2 coin. Why am I saying this? It doesn't matter. I could. Okay, let me look at my options. So with these vehicles, which of these? I have a plane. I have a plane. So, that means I could really use that to go anywhere, and I have a. Okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm going to use both of these to get myself 2 compasses.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, from there, now I have 3 compasses. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use, I'm going to use my plane.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my plane to send an explorer to one of these spots. Let me take my pick. So could you re-explain this icon?
This is refresh a used assistant. So what you could do is if you want to go here, you could use your lady to get a coin and then immediately make them available again.
Oh, Oh, you're right, because this assistant is free.
Yep.
So I could use this assistant right now.
Yeah.
Get a coin. I see what you're saying.
And then you could make them available
Grab
again.
a coin. And then I could travel here to make them available again. Although, I've already decided I took the coin. Let me see if I want to just forget about her. It doesn't look like the rest of these are really that good for me. So, yeah, I am actually going to move here. So I used my plane to move there on this card.
Go ahead and I think you have to refresh the assistant.
So I'll refresh the assistant. I
And
have a little thing.
You have another thing, so you can always do this for free whenever you want.
Sure. All right, well, I'm ending my turn.
You have to do Sight and Guardian.
Oh, right.
Okay, so you got... Okay, so this one you have to choose. So you can either take 2 compasses, which I think it gave you by default, or you can get an item for free.
Oh, okay. 1 sec. Let me look over the items. So,
only this side. Only the right side.
Gotcha. So, bear trap. I still don't really want that. Discard a card and get a compass. That's
this is exile.
I need to understand the difference.
So discard is the little symbol down here. which is just take a card from your hand and put it in front of you without using it. Exile is the one where you get it out of your deck permanently.
Okay, out of my deck. Okay, that's what I was confusing the two terms. Okay, so I get it out of my hand. Okay, or my deck. And then this one just gives me 2 free compasses, which I mean, to be completely honest, I kind of like that the most. But here's a question. So
And it counts as 2 motorcycles.
Right, that's what I was going to ask about. So what does that mean?
So you can use those 2 motorcycles to accomplish multiple tasks.
On the same
If
turn?
Yeah, so like for instance, this is just an example, but this Guardian
Spicy.
has a thing. So you could use it in place of that. Or you'll notice these level 2 sites require multiple, so you could play just the automobile to come here without having to pay 2 cards.
Cool. I'm going to get this one. I like this a lot. I like the 2 compasses. I like the 2 chiefs. I'm definitely going to grab this. So what I'm going to do is take away these 2 compasses that it gave me, and I'm going to buy this for free.
Oh, wait, put it back.
My bad.
And then buy.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so now... Did I beat Call of Duty? Yeah, I beat Black Ops yesterday. On
So
Veteran.
go ahead and pass.
Or not yesterday, the other day.
All right, what am I doing?
It was interesting.
Well, I'll take 2 free tablets, and then I'll spend a tablet and an arrowhead to move my book up here, which gets me my other assistant. So I think I'll take the draw discard. And I will go ahead and just do that right now. I will draw a card, and then I will discard a card. I will discard.
Dang, you have 2 assistants already. Ridiculous. That's all right. I'm going to grab it too.
I'll discard this one. And then I'll pass.
So discard basically means it's out for the round.
Out for the round,
yeah. By the way, I would like to mention, Spicy, and for everybody else, we will be doing Black Ops 2 on Veteran fairly shortly. I don't know if it'll be tonight. It depends on how long we do this for. But if it's not tonight, it'll be next stream. So keep an eye out for that. Okay. So I have some options. I definitely want to get another assistant because you have 2 now. And now I want 2. Now, in order to do that, I would need a ruby, which I have. Alternatively, a tablet and an arrowhead. I would just use the ruby in that case. So that's one thing I could do, and I will do, I think, in my round. But as for this turn, we should play World at War co-op Veteran. I don't know, Steven. Are you down to do that? The most
I don't know if I've
challenging Call of Duty Veteran, as I've been told. A game I haven't even played. I don't even own it yet. You can do it on co-op, they say.
Is that one of the newest ones?
No, World at War was the one that followed up Call of Duty 4.
One.
It followed up Call of Duty 4. Yeah. It was the last like World War II one for a long time. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know. All right. So my other choices, I have 3 compasses, which I could use to travel or to discover a new site.
Wait, actually, did you pay for the discovery of this?
Did I pay for it? Oh, no, I don't think I did. Good catch. You're right. I don't have those anymore. But actually, I don't need them anyway because I could go to any of these sites. I could dig, right? That's what it's called when you go to a site that's already been discovered.
Down here or here or here.
What do you what do you say about having the other player tally the items? That might be better. Like, for example, if I use my 3 compasses, you go up there and you remove them.
Yeah, I can just be banker in both situations.
Oh, you want to do it? You can. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I can do it. It does.
And I'm watching to make sure you do a good job.
Okay. I'll say you could come here because you will need an arrowhead if you want to overcome your guardian.
That's true. But I also need a plane, and I just don't have that. Although you could spend 2 coins for a plane.
Your person is a plane.
Oh, you're totally right.
They got refreshed.
Overcoming my guardian allows me to exile cards. Well, only once. But that's one thing.
But it is 5 points, and it makes it so you won't get a fear card at the end of the round.
That's true. I mean, I think that's probably the best bet because I didn't have a plane. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use this boat to travel. And I'm going to bring my explorer. That gave me an arrowhead. And now I have to end my turn, I think, right? Because that's pretty much that.
Yeah, that was the main action.
Okay. We'll do it next turn.
Okay, so what do I want to do? I think...
Again, chat, if you have any questions about what's going on,
compasses.
or if you just are completely confused, I can attempt to... Well, we can attempt to explain. Okay, did you...
I went here and got 2 compasses.
And you're done. Okay, cool. So now I want to take out my guardian. You wouldn't even know what to ask. Are you completely lost? I can try to help. I can try to explain my turns better. We could both try to explain our turns better, I think. We have to remember people are watching and there's a lot of things going on and they're not playing and it might be hard for them to get. Okay, so right now I brought this archaeologist to this site a while ago. I discovered this site, but by discovering it, this evil monster showed up to guard it, okay? And so I need to take out this evil monster, but if I don't, I'll get a fear card, and a fear card's going to hurt me at the end of the game. So I have the ability to do this because I require a plane and an arrowhead to defeat this evil monster, which is kind of bizarre, but I guess maybe we're like shooting it out of a plane. I guess that kind of makes sense. Like,
dude,
you're using like the arrowhead, but you don't have a bow. So
no, I like to think what this represents is you're tying an arrowhead to the front of the plane and we're ramming.
Oh shit, okay. That's way more metal. I do like that. That's good. So we're taking a plane equipped with an arrowhead and ramming it into this monster. Okay. So in order to do this, is Steven playing on a separate board? His hand is right here, this yellow hand, that's him. So he plays on the same board as me. He's yellow and I'm blue. Everything on here that you see that's a little blue icon, that's me. Everything that's yellow is Steven. You can see that up in the top right corner as well. It shows our colors. Okay, so I'm going to take out this guardian. In order to do that, I have a plane because this is my assistant who can fly me in a plane. Okay, and because my assistant has this little electricity bolt, that means I can use her at any time and I don't have to end my turn when I use her. So I'm going to use her as and she's going to fly me. Yeah, she's going to be the pilot of this death plane, which I have now attached my arrowhead to, and I have rammed it into the monster, and it is dead. So I'm taking this guardian, I'm turning it for some reason.
It's not dead in the game. They said thematically, the guardians cannot die, so they bow to you, and now they're helping you.
Wow. Okay. So So I've rammed my plane.
I think in this case, it's forced to bow because you just rammed your plane.
It might have some problems with its skeletal structure at this point, and it might have a little bit of trouble. But it's fine. Well, you see, it's still attached to the plane. Like the plane's still inside of it, so we can kind of fly it around, and we're just bringing it with us. We're bringing it with us, yeah. So now, just to say this for chat, now that I've taken out this guardian, it's going to help me out. It has this little ability right here, which I can use once in a later turn. So that's
exactly. They bow to you after kamikazing. Right. It's just so impressed that you would even think to do that.
It's like, that's probably the most creative attack anyone's ever employed against me. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's out of respect. Well, anyway, that ends my turn. So I'm gonna pass it over to Steven. And Steven, you try to explain. We can't see your cards, but every action you take, try to explain it in like terms that makes it easier.
Sure.
And less gamey, I guess.
I also have to think about what I want to do.
We're telling a story here. That's what's going on. So,
what do I want to do? Okay. So I'm thinking on this turn, I want to try to keep discovering new sites. Sorry, not discover sites.
You're like learning about artifacts.
Yeah, I'm like learning. There is a little bit of a race going on. Yeah. So on this side over here, we're trying to race to the finish line, being the top. So to do that, first we need to like uncover new discoveries, and then we journal about them. So I'm gonna try to do that.
We're fighting against each other. We are trying to be the greatest archaeologist of all time. That's our.
Yeah, at the end of the game, we're gonna sum up all of the victory points, and whoever has the most victory points.
And the victory points are these little purple tokens. All of these are like, they're attached to a lot of actions we do and a lot of cards we have. At the end of the game, every card we have and every one of these that we've achieved for any reason, we're going to count up. So, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to, or I think on this turn, what I want to do is I want to start trying to continue to discover up this track, which would require 2 tablets.
And an arrowhead.
And an arrowhead. Right, okay, so that already, my plan has been foiled already.
As you can see, here's Steven's items. Now, Steven only has 1 tablet and no arrowheads.
But this is what I'm going to do. I will use my guardian, the guardian that has bowed to me, this lion leopard thing.
Right. With like tusks, I think.
I can use it once for an ability. In this case, I can use it to help me travel by boat.
Sure. Well, you use its body, which is still alive but limp.
Right, exactly.
And you float it along the river.
And it's swimming.
Sure.
So it's gonna swim me over here. So I'm gonna have my other archaeologists come here. At this site, I'll get to draw a card. I'll get a gold, and I'll get a tablet. So I'm gonna
so as you can see, everybody, these are these locations. If you look at the map beneath them, they're actually placed on the map beneath them, and now they might be on land, they might be on water, they might be anywhere. These little vehicles, this is the vehicle you would need to travel to this location. So obviously if it's on land, we're not really going to be able to just run from here to here. I mean, it might take a while anyway, but if we use a car, we can get there. Now this is a boat. You can see it's in the water. So so that's what the vehicle things mean. It's like you're using that item or that guardian or whatever else to travel to that location, wherever it may be. Okay, so you've ended your turn. What did you gain from doing this? You added a card, a coin, and a tablet.
Yeah, I got to draw a card from my deck into my hand. I got a coin and I got a tablet.
Okay, cool. All right. So now it is now my turn. Okay. So I do still have a ruby and I wanted to use that. I think I'm just going to do that to get my assistant. I think that's going to be my next step. But before I do, okay. So I've used both my explorers. So one of my archaeologists is here. The other one's here. Because I've done that for the rest of this round, I won't be able to travel anywhere else, which is good because I don't want to. So I'm going to use this card. This is a free card. I can use it anytime. It doesn't end my turn. I'm going to use this card to get a coin. You can also notice these cards have a vehicle attached. That's because when you use them, you can choose to either use them as a vehicle or to use their effect. But I don't need any jeeps because I can't travel anyway, because my archaeologists are stuck into interesting locations where they have just conquered beasts, and they're a little tired. So now that I've done that, I have this 1 ruby. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it, and I'm going to, I guess that's supposed to be your job now, but whatever. I'm gonna bring my journal up here. So now that I've discovered this, whatever the hell this is, I'm now gonna write about it as well so that other people can learn the stories. And because I've done that, because I've wrote this, it attracted the attention of another archaeologist who really liked my work and my writing. And that archaeologist is this guy's got like the Chad chin going on a little bit. I mean,
for sure.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, so all these archaeologists have their own like abilities and things that they're good at. Apparently she has a compass on her, which I guess is useful. She also has a compass on her, but she also owns a Jeep. So, a little bit better. It's really just this, but better. I guess the only difference is the upgrade has less compasses. I don't know. This one, not as good. And then this dude, look, I'm just...
Power walks. He's a great power walker.
Power walks. He
gets his steps in every day.
True. And interestingly, when he upgrades, he loses the boot, which is interesting.
He forgets how to walk.
Yeah, but he gets really rich, so it's fine. I gotta say, his minor Chad vibe, I do really vibe with. If I was on a date with this dude, we'd probably hit it off. And so, from that perspective, I do like him.
But on a date, he's just talking about his pickaxe the whole time.
That's true, but maybe I'm interested in pickaxes, and I am. So that, appealing. However, I think of all options, I kind of do like this the most because I get the compass, I get a potential Jeep, and eventually I get 2 Jeeps which will be useful. I'm going to grab this one. Well, I'm not going to grab her. I'm just going to like bring her with me, I guess. I don't know. Grab was probably the wrong word to use, but it's a card. I'm grabbing the card. So anyway. And then that, I think that's the end of my turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He looks like the type of guy to name
for
drop
sure.
Joe Rogan.
For sure.
Well, don't ruin him for me. I mean, I'm just saying I like his vibe. Whatever.
Okay. So there were actually a few things that I could do here. The card I drew is actually pretty good. I won't show that quite yet, but I do think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I will have my assistant, my I don't know, I guess this is a
geologist.
Yeah, my geologist.
Yeah.
So they're going to walk to get me an arrowhead. And to walk to do that, I am going to get rid of this. So this represents I need to play a card from my hand with a movement. So anything can count as a boot. So that's why I'm getting rid of this card.
Right. So really quickly, everyone.
Get an arrowhead.
So Stevens gains an arrowhead. So with the vehicles, like this makes sense when you think about it. So obviously you can walk, like there's certain places that are walkable, certain places that aren't. If you can take a Jeep there, I mean, if you can walk there, you can take a Jeep there. You can take a boat there. Well, not really, but whatever. And you can take a plane. Don't think about that one. But well, these boots might be made for swimming. I don't know why, but they might be swimming boots. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and a plane obviously can do anything all of these can do. So that's how that works. So that's why when this dude was walking to get some arrowheads, I suppose, Steven used a Jeep instead because you can just take them there by Jeep instead of walking.
Yeah. And by doing that's a free action, so that doesn't end my turn. So I got an arrowhead. So now with my regular action, I'm going to get rid of 2 tablets and an arrowhead to advance my magnifying glass again. So again, I'm discovering a new space up on this track.
It's like a tooth of some sort.
Which gets me a compass.
Maybe a claw.
And that's my turn.
Okay. In my turn, I am going to see if I have anything I even can do. So I can exile a card, which well, no, I can't because I have them all discarded right now. Can you exile a card that's discarded?
Yeah, exile can be from your play area or from your hand.
Okay. Well, I don't want to do that anyway.
Remember, you might as well, if nothing else, use her for the compass.
Of course. I just wanted to look around before I start doing anything. Well, I do have this totem, although if I spend it, I won't have these victory points at the end if I were to place this on top of this. However, if I do that, I can do any number of these things. Using the idol, I gain access to treasures beyond my comprehension, although I can comprehend them. But like that's just the form that I'm witnessing. It's not actually what's present. It's a little bit inhuman. However, I don't think I want to do that. Although I could get 2, but I could get 2 tablets, which is good. And I would really like those 2 tablets. Because eventually I'm going to need to get up here. Okay, first things first, I'm going to use my assistant to grab a compass. As you can see, she'll either give me her compass or she'll drive me around in her Jeep. I also can drive, I just don't own a Jeep. So that's how it is. And then we have... I think I am actually going to use this idol because I'm really low on tablets and getting 2 of them is appealing. I think from here on out, I'm going to try to not use any more idols if I can get away with it. But
although I would say just from a gameplay perspective, you don't need to do this until you need to do it. Does that make sense? Because if you won't be able to use it right now, in the next round, you might be able to get those 2 tablets from this big site.
That's true.
So I would say for you, the only thing that you could cover up that might be impactful would be if you want to draw your last card, but I don't even remember what your last card is.
You make a totally fair point, and I think you've convinced me. So what I'm going to do is pass.
You don't want to buy anything?
Oh, good point. Well, so I can use the axe, which exiles and gains a compass. I don't really like that necessarily. We have the watch, which... So, the watch is interesting. Well, here's the thing about Okay. Yeah, no, I actually quite like the watch. I think I'm actually going to buy the watch. And it's only 1 coin as well.
Okay.
I'm going to get the watch. So, oh, wait.
Okay.
I always forget that. Okay, so I've bought it. Now I can I pass or do I technically have to turn it to you? Technically, I turn it to you because I bought it. So
Yep, to
that's
me.
what I'll do.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm going to try to follow the rules as best as possible. I am not doomed. And stop giving away my secrets. But I'm totally not doomed, though. I totally am not bluffing at all. Even a little bit.
What was I doing from here?
Well, you have 3 compasses and 3 coins.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna get rid of a compass, so I'm playing this card, getting rid of a compass to get a tablet and an arrowhead, and then passing.
So you use the compass to travel to the destination, which you then used your pickaxe to mine out the tablet and the arrowhead.
Right.
Somehow the compass led you. I don't know. It was
the compass led me there.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So now it's my turn. I'm gonna pass.
Okay. So now,
by the way, everybody, by passing it means I went to my camp and I went to sleep, and I'm gonna be asleep until this round is over. This round being today. This is a day of work.
I'm just gonna keep advancing up this track. I'm gonna keep discovering. So I'm going this way, which means I have to pay a coin, a tablet, and an arrowhead to advance my magnifying glass. I was the first person here, so I get a one-time, I get to draw a card. So I will do that.
Can we place that a little bit more clearly on? Yeah.
Yeah, I just had it off so I could take this.
Oh, sure.
And then I get a compass for bringing my magnifying glass. Now I don't think I'm getting a ruby this round. So I think I'm pretty stuck in regards to going it further anymore. And I don't think I'm getting 2 tablets and an arrowhead to bring my notebook up. So I'm going to have to catch up on writing about all this stuff I just found out.
Of course.
But I might as well take advantage of the rest of my free stuff. So here's a gold pan. So I get, let me move my cards down a little bit. So I'm mining for gold now. Gives me two coins. So I'm at 4 coins. And then I found a compass. And then do I want to buy anything? Oh wow, this is a spicy meatball. This card up here, you get a fear card and 2 arrowheads.
Interesting. For 4 compasses, goddamn. The compasses, of course, as you're walking towards this location, once they've been in use for a certain amount of time, they malfunction. So you need multiple compasses. Their battery runs out. You know how it is.
A lot of interesting options. I could exile a card and activate a tent twice. Or activate a tent that no one's at. Could be nice.
Where are the tents?
That's these guys down here, these first level dig sites.
Oh, tents. I see. Yeah. Oh, they have icons.
So that would mean if I do that right now, I could get a ruby, I could get 2 tablets, or I could get 2 coins. I don't think any of those things. Ooh, actually a ruby does help me. Okay, sorry, this is a little bit of a complicated turn. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to spend my 4 compasses, 1, 2, 3, 4, to find this artifact, the tiger claw hairpin. I just stumbled across it. It was on the ground. When I get it, it lets me do its effect immediately. So in this case, I get to get rid of a card permanently. So now that I have a nice fancy hairpin, I'm no longer afraid.
Of course.
There goes my fear card. And then it says activate an unoccupied tent site. So that means any site down here that we don't have an explorer at. So I'm going to do this one. There's no explorer here. So I can get rid of a card from my hand to get a ruby.
Okay.
And then with a coin and a ruby, I'm going to keep on discovering.
Oh my god.
So that gets me a compass for coming here. And that certainly must be the last thing I can do. I guess I could buy a card.
I sure hope so.
Okay, I'll buy this grappling hook. Why not? That sounds fun.
Yeah.
It lets me get rid of a card to draw a card and then exile something. Let's get that grappling hook.
Yeah, I don't even know how to explain that in story terms.
you take the grappling hook and
Right.
you're dropping something,
Sure. It falls out of your
and
pocket when you're
then it
swinging the.
falls
Right.
out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Okay, so that must certainly be the last thing that I can do. I can't imagine I could do anything else. No, I can't.
Okay.
So I will flip over this, indicating a pass, and we will go to the fourth round.
Okay. There are 5 rounds, everybody. Just so you know, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're done.
All right. Wow. Okay. So I go first here. So I
Okay.
guess I'm going to start with this grappling hook.
Sure.
So I'm going to discard this card to draw a card, and then I'm going to exile my other fear card. So I'm no longer afraid. The grappling hook made me not afraid.
So discard, everyone, discard in order to draw a card and exile. That's what that says. So, okay. God. Well, I'm a little bit short on items. Well, not even just items. I mean, these things, whatever you would call them. Resource tokens, I guess. Okay. Let's look at what I got.
Yeah, and remember, all sites are available to you for digging.
Right. Okay, so I could, let's see. Wow, so many choices. So if we come and dig one of these sites, I'll basically just gain things, move an archaeologist and gain something. I would like to get these right now. So you know what? Without really doing anything else, I'm going to spend this card, this Jeep, in order to travel to this location. And by doing so, I should gain 2 tablets, which I now have. And that will end my round.
Okay. I'm going to have this helpful chef. They're going to gather some ingredients for me. And then some of the ingredients went moldy, so they have to go.
The trading coins being the ingredient in this case.
Yeah, they're moldy coins.
Jeez. Yeah, wouldn't want to use those in the recipe.
Okay, so that was free. I almost passed, but that was free. What else do I got going on here? Okay. So the carrier pigeon's going to go out and get me 2 tablets.
Of course.
Thank you, carrier pigeon. And then I will my geologist is going to go out and get me an arrowhead. So then with 2 tablets and an arrowhead, I'm going to write about this place that I was at forever ago. So that means one of my assistants upgrades. They were just so inspired by my beautiful handwriting,
right,
that they become better. When an assistant upgrades, it flips to the other side and immediately becomes available to use again.
Wow.
So now the question is, what is more important? I think my chef could be ultimately more important. So I will go ahead and just do that right away again. So this time the chef's going to get new ingredients, but they're not moldy anymore.
Okay.
And then I will pass.
Wow. So, geez. I don't have a lot of things. I would like to get an arrowhead, if that's at all possible, and it is. So what I'm going to do...
Remember, instead of using movement from your hand, you have 2
Yes, I
movement
do. I do have 2 movement assistants. That is true. In this case, chat, this assistant's redundant, as you can see. So no matter which of these I play to move, I'm only going to get 1 compass. Which means that...
This is an actual physical board game, but we're playing it through a mod on Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah.
But there is an actual physical board game.
Lost Ruins of Arnak. Okay. I also have this guardian, which I have no use for right now, so I don't even know why I mentioned it. I really don't know what to do. I feel like my options are limited, and I feel like I'm a little bit behind. That's okay. So what I really need to start focusing on is getting my assistants leveled up and moving up this board. That's really gonna matter. So in order to do that, I need an arrowhead. So I'm gonna focus on getting the arrowhead. So in order to get an arrow, sorry.
The other way that you could get an arrowhead is, remember, you have an idol.
Yes.
Idol can be arrowhead.
I don't want to use that just yet.
Okay.
I have other options for arrowheads, which means this right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a jeep, and I'm going to bring an archaeologist to this arrowhead, getting me well, not to this arrowhead, to this site. This archaeologist just traveled over here, picked up an arrowhead.
Yeah, this is like Arrowhead City over here.
Right.
Where all the arrowheads are.
Yeah, but when you go, you only take one for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you have to be respectful.
Right, of course. So
there's a big sign out front that says, please take one. Right. One per customer.
Now that I have all of that, I have to end my turn anyway. But I know what I'm going to do next. So I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. Yeah, I think my last round was the more exciting round.
Right, because you're down on options now.
Yeah, but I feel like this. I'm feeling pretty good about where I'm standing right now on the research track. That's what this is. You're researching first, discovering it, then writing about it.
Yeah.
So I think I want to do a little site exploration, but to do that I need more compasses. So to get those compasses, I am going to come here, where there's many compasses. You see, I'm on a lookout, and I'm charting out the area.
Of course, which you chart on a compass.
On a compass, right?
That's
okay. So my archaeologist went there, and I got 2 compasses, and then I have to pass.
Okay. So with my turn, I want to just start making use of my assistants. I've used both my archaeologists so far, so the plane is useless to me. For that reason, I am going to use this assistant for gold. Just gonna pickpocket this assistant.
Right, exactly.
And my pilot.
Well, it's like an airdrop, like in Fortnite.
Okay.
Have you heard of the game Fortnite?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. They invented this thing called airdrops, where a plane flies over and drops stuff.
Like a coin?
Mm-hmm. Like a singular gold piece.
Right. Attached to a parachute, I assume, because you wouldn't want it to hit anyone at terminal velocity. That could be bad. And then I have this assistant who has a jeep, which again I can't really use. So I'm just gonna turn this assistant over, just like pick her up and just put her on her side and get a compass, I guess.
And steal a compass out of her pocket.
Which, you know, that's how you do things. And in addition to that, I'm gonna continue to do some free options. I'm gonna use this to get 2 more compasses. And I'm gonna use this to get some gold. And I'm going to use this to also get some gold. So we've got a lot of items on my disposal now. Now that we've done all that, I want to go ahead and take my actual action. I'm sorry.
And remember, you know, you can bank a lot of these compasses, obviously, if you'd like. But artifacts, if you were to buy them with compasses, whatever the artifact reads happens immediately.
Okay. Thanks for reminding me, because I wasn't even going to look at that. So with that in mind, we have War Club.
Like, this is pretty good.
The War Club takes out a Guardian, which is not bad, although I'm not currently facing a Guardian, so it wouldn't really help me now. And if I ever wanted to use it again, I'd have to spend a tablet. I think that's not useful for now.
You gotta read all the writing on the club.
Right. Just because it's really, really interesting.
Like, you go up to a Guardian and you hold it up and you're like, okay, how do I use this thing again? And then you're like, oh, okay, right, I swing it.
just bash it. So with trader scales, well, you know, some weapons require a lot of finesse.
Earlier, it was an airdrop, like on your phone.
Okay,
that's what.
So the pilot airdropped with her phone money.
A picture of a coin.
Okay. So well, it was crypto, you know, and now I'm mining that, and I'm mining that Bitcoin, and I'm running up. Yeah, it's going good.
Right, exactly.
So with trader scales, I don't want to do that. I know I don't want to do that. Inscribed blade. Now this blade actually is inscribed, so this one would require some reading. I don't know why you would read a tablet, because the inscription's on the blade.
Well, it comes with an instruction manual
on how to read. And then once you do that, so you read the instruction manual on how to read. After you've read that, you can then read the sword. So research with the discount of either arrowhead or tablets, which actually is really good.
Seems really good.
That's really good. Versus this, which brings an archaeologist onto a tent site. I just genuinely don't care about that. This is fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this, which removes two.
So I'm gonna.
Oh,
okay,
I should let you do that. But I did it this time. Well, so now that I've used that, now that used it, but I do have to end my turn. Is that correct?
No, because its usage is you doing the research with a discount.
So I can do that.
So
now.
you bought it, and now you can immediately advance.
So I either discount my tablets or my arrowhead. Now the thing is, I have 2 tablets and 1 arrowhead. So either way, I wouldn't have to spend any extra. But the thing is, if I were to discount my arrowhead, I'm losing 2 tablets. If I discount my tablets, I'm only losing 1 arrowhead. However, that also basically makes no difference, because this tent, 2 tablets, this tent, 1 arrowhead. So it kind of makes no difference what I do. Looking at my options of how to gain these things, you always seem to gain 2 tablets and 1 arrowhead with all the options available to me, so it really makes no difference. I guess what I'll do is discount the arrowhead. So I'm just going to let you do the banking now. I'm not going to do that anymore. So
the 2 tablets is what you're saying.
Yeah, so we should get rid of the tablets, yes. And I'm going to move my magnifying glass. Actually, wait.
Okay, actually I can't.
Okay, never mind. I'll do it. So can I move? So I have to move my magnifying glass up to this next line before I can move my journal.
Yes, correct.
So I'm going to move my magnifying glass up.
Which
and
gets you a compass.
Gets me a compass. And I think that ends my turn.
Yes.
Okay. That was a pretty lucrative round.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's pretty good.
Okay, right. I think I was planning on discovering. I don't have a tablet to play my artifact, so I'll go ahead and use my plane. So I'm playing this. I'm using this as a plane. Of course, I'm flying in on a hairpin.
It's like a hang glider.
Yeah,
which one of your archaeologists is on a lookout space. You could actually fly from here to your next destination with the hair. Yeah, so makes sense. Is this my first time playing? It's my first time playing. I assume Steven's played before.
Okay, so this idol is worthless to me. This again is trade a tablet in for an arrowhead or an arrowhead for a ruby. I have neither of those things, so I probably don't want to do that. I have a pretty good hand and play area, so I don't think I want to get rid of anything permanently. So I think what I want to do, although I could get rid of this permanently, it's not really that valuable of a card now.
True.
It'll allow me to draw better things. But I'll take we currently have stuff that's worth 2 gold in the market. So I'll go ahead and go here to get a gold. So I'm going to use my
plane.
I use my plane to fly in on the water right here. I'm going to pick up the idol.
Well, you're not using your plane. You're actually using your tiger claw hairpin.
My hairpin, right?
Right.
Exactly.
You're flying from this cliff over here,
all the way down.
Hang gliding. Yeah.
Okay, so I picked up the idol, which got me a coin. Now I'm going to discover this site. Okay.
Ooh.
So I discovered a site that has a compass and an arrowhead, but I have a snake guardian.
A snake
needs to.
It must be a sea snake, because you can use it as a boat once defeating it. So it must be like a
exactly.
sea snake. Okay.
Okay, so I'll pass.
Maybe an all-purpose snake. I mean, it seems to be flying in this image. Well, anyway, have fun with that. I'm out of cards. However, I do have my guardian, which I have no reason to use, like literally no reason to use right now. So I'm gonna save that guardian. It's not like it can really do much anyway, considering that it has a plane jammed into its side. So it might have a little bit of trouble getting away. Not that it wants to, because it respects me now, so it wouldn't leave anyway. Some options, or I could use my idol, which I'm not going to do. Actually, hold on.
Could use it to advance your notebook.
You're right. I immediately reconsider. However, I still am erring on the side of not using it, because I will get more victory points from that board in the end if I don't use it. Now, I don't know if that's worth it. I'll think about it. So but doing that would allow me to upgrade an assistant. And with my assistants, depending on which one I upgrade, I could gain 2 planes or 2 coins. Now, 2 planes is going to be immensely useful because 2 planes means that no matter, like literally no matter what, I'll be able to travel. These locations are going to require 2 jeeps or 2 boats. With 2 planes, I got that covered. So it does open me up a lot. So that actually might be really good. The other upgrade I have available to me is 2 jeeps, which frankly isn't as good. The only difference is I would alternatively get a coin, and that's just not as good. I would want to upgrade my other pilot. I guess they're both. No, she's a chauffeur.
Yes.
She's a pilot. Okay. Well, I think I would want to upgrade my pilot. That is an option that I have available to me if I use my idle. Okay.
Yep.
Let's look.
Or the other idle option you have, if you want to use your idle, you could just get another arrowhead and keep moving up your magnifying glass.
That's true, which would get me more victory points, but it doesn't level up my assistant, and I do want to level up my assistant. I could, however, if I move my magnifying glass up to that location, to that spot, I would get this compass, I guess, which would be something. I'd get 2 compasses because I'd get this compass here and this compass as well for moving up. That's another choice that I have.
Yeah. Oh, you also have, although I don't think you can make use of it immediately, although you could if you use your idle for tablets. You have another what looks like pretty good artifact over here. Research with a discount of ruby. The idol of Ara Anu.
However, using that now gets me nowhere. Well, that's not.
Oh, no, what I was saying is if you use your idle for
to get the tablets,
you have tablet ruby. Although it's no different than just doing this, but it seems like a pretty good artifact. I don't know. You got a lot of options.
Well, it is different because I'd be spending my compasses, so actually I'd lose less to get the arrowheads. But rubies are difficult. Although I'd have to spend a tablet for a ruby discount every other time. I would prefer to go the arrowhead route if I was going to do that because I'd be spending my idle either way, and I'm losing less immediately.
Or the 2 tablets for your notebook.
Or the 2 tablets for the notebook. Notebook upgrades my assistant. Arrowhead gets me more victory points. I think that that's a bit of a tough choice, to be honest. I think what I'm going to do...
You also have items.
That's true. I could buy...
You want to buy, although I don't think either of these are very useful.
No, I don't want either of these. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I've made my decision, and I'm going to go for it. I'm going to get the arrowhead. So we're going to use this idol to gain an arrowhead. In doing that, I'm going to move my magnifying glass up, and I'm going to take that compass.
Yep, so that's a compass from this.
And another compass from that. And that will end my round. Well, at least, probably.
Okay, what was I doing? Oh, right. I have a guardian.
You need to, in order to defeat this snake, you need to first use a compass to identify which direction you are facing. Then you need to bribe it with a coin, which it will refuse. Then you will use an arrowhead to take it out.
To kill it. Which I will do that right now. So I'm going to use a compass, going to use a coin and an arrowhead, and I will defeat this guardian.
Okay. Interesting. Now with my turn, I have to see if there's anything else I can do. I do have 5 compasses and 5 coins. I should look over the artifacts at least one more time. This artifact defeats a guardian again. Not useful to me. This one gives a discount of rubies, which is good, although if I get that now, it basically means I'll have to trade tablets for rubies in the future. Which honestly is still pretty good, because most of the places you get tablets, you get 2. But rubies, you only get 1. Rubies are a little bit harder to obtain than tablets, so having to trade tablets for rubies isn't the worst. Which is assuming I even have to, because I don't necessarily. I could just gain rubies as well. That's not bad. Then alternatively, I can place an archaeologist onto a tent site for free. May activate it twice instead of once. So that means I could use the archaeologist, that archaeologist, more than once in the round.
Well, this one also requires you to have an archaeologist, which you currently don't.
Right. But if I
But
did,
you would put it on a tent, and then that tent would happen twice. So like you would get, in this case, 2 arrowheads instead of 1 arrowhead.
oh, that's really good though, because that could be
Or
used to get
4
4
tablets.
tablets. Yeah.
Yep.
2 rubies. Oh no, that's not true. Well, yeah. Although I'd have to
Could be
discard.
2.
Could
You'd
be
have to get
2,
rid of
but
the
I have
2
to
cards.
discard. Yeah. I do like that. I think that buying it now puts me at a slight disadvantage because it does mean that I'd have to spend tablets every time. Spend a tablet to potentially get 4. I'd still come up with 3, which is more than I would have in other situations. I think I'm just going to pass. I do have 2 arrowheads.
Oh,
I didn't
true.
use them, right? Because I moved up.
Oh, yes. True.
Okay, so I shouldn't have those. I have 5 gold and 5 compasses, which doesn't really do anything for me at this point. I think I'm going to pass.
Okay.
Okay. That's the end of my round.
So back to me. I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3 compasses to get this Anu idol.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cover up this location here to get 2 tablets. So I can move with the discount of Ruby. So over here on the track, I'm going to go ahead and advance my journal again. So that's a gold from that.
Okay.
I need to pay a tablet. And then I get to my geologist upgrades.
So now your geologist no longer has to walk in
Doesn't
or
have
travel.
to walk. We made them stay at the location.
Okay.
They can never come home.
Right.
I'm gonna
No more walking for
to the
you.
side.
That's
Turning him onto his side to get an arrowhead. And let me see if I can do anything else.
I suppose what you're doing in that situation is you're picking them up and like shaking them around so the arrowhead falls out of their pockets. The one they were just like studying.
Exactly.
Right.
I have a tablet, an arrowhead, a compass, and 3 gold. I don't think. Oh, what I will say, and I will actually send it back to you. Although these cards may not be impactful to you, they are worth victory points at the end of the game.
That's true. And I could play them as vehicles.
Yep.
Well, I passed anyway. But
Okay. Well, I'll take this torch. So that's 2 coins. And then I will pass. So we are now on to the last round.
oh shit. Okay. All right, my turn first. So let's look at some of my options that I have. I have 5 compasses and 5 gold. Now with the 5 compasses, if I gain 1 compass, I will have the ability to travel. And that's actually what I'm going to do. Well, no, I actually won't because I don't have. So when it says it requires 2 jeeps or 2, does that mean
you can play multiple cards?
You can play multiple cards. Oh, okay. Well, then that's
Yep.
fine. That's totally feasible. Okay, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and gain a compass. So now I have 6 compasses.
And you want to use this and not your assistant?
Yes.
Okay.
So now that I've done that, I'm going to use. Let's see.
So these, by the way, because I haven't talked about it yet, you get 1 face up idol, meaning this idol gives you a tablet, and 1 face down idol. This idol will just be worth points, but you can use both of them on your player board.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to travel up to these and start discovering these sites. I will be the first in uncharted territory.
All the way back there.
All the way back there. So in order to do that, I'm going to use. Let me look at my options. I could get a tablet, compass. That's it. Okay. Well, I'd probably rather have tablets. So, yeah, I'd probably rather have tablets, honestly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to travel to. Let's see. It's either 2 boats or 2 cars. I do have planes, although.
Your assistant has a plane as well.
Yes, the assistant has a plane, and my other assistant has a jeep.
Yeah, so you could just use both of them.
So what I'm going to do is use this assistant for the plane, and I'm going to use this for the jeep.
Okay.
And I'm going to travel my archaeologist up to this tablet location. Right here.
Okay.
Now I'm going to flip it and see what this guardian is. Oh, we need to get rid of these compasses. So I spent 6 compasses to do that. We got this fucking frog king over here. Who will eventually become a boat. See, that I do understand. Although riding on this frog with the spines might be challenging.
Well, it puts you in its mouth.
Oh,
and then
okay. It carries you along. That makes sense. Well, okay. So, did I gain the things that Yeah, I gained the tablet.
You did, yep. So you drew a card, you gained a tablet, and gained a ruby.
Okay, fantastic. That's pretty good. So, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Well, I might as well go ahead and have my cook gather some ingredients. Interesting. Okay. So how am I getting all the way up the track? Need a lot of resources. So what should I focus on here? Okay, well, I will play my pickaxe. So I will explore an area to dig up a tablet and an arrowhead.
Okay.
And pass.
Okay. As for me, in order for me to move up, I do have my journal. That I could use 2 tablets and an arrowhead. And I don't know that that's necessarily the best choice here. I do have this, which I could use to gain... Okay. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is just gain a coin. And I want to look at my option to buy. So we have a bow and arrows. That gains me a compass for every guardian on sites that I occupy. And each guardian that I have overcome up to 3. So that might not be useful because I'm going to have already overcome the guardian at this point, and this is the last round. So that really doesn't help me, although it is victory points.
True.
Well, this guardian requires a jeep and an arrowhead. I don't have an arrowhead.
And remember, if you do prefer, you can always pay 2 coins in place of the jeep. You're hiring a pilot.
Yeah, but
you have a lot of coins right now.
That's true, but what I'm lacking is an arrowhead. Okay, so I'm lacking an arrowhead in order to defeat this frog by fucking driving right into him with an arrowhead at the end of the
jeep. Exactly.
Which again will not kill him. They don't die. They just earn respect for me. I don't have any compasses. Okay.
You have 2 idols now.
That's true. Which I could use for tablets, potentially an arrowhead.
You don't have to overcome the guardian, I'll mention. It's not necessarily critical. It is 5 points at the end of the game, and by not overcoming it, you will get a fear card, which is negative point, but it's only a negative singular point.
With the guardians, do you have to defeat them by the end of a round to not gain a fear card?
Yes, when the round ends, if the guardian is at your site, when you take your archaeologist back, you get a fear card.
Okay, fair enough. So, I do have another archaeologist, which I could use to bring to one of these locations and gain something. I could gain an arrowhead. I could get an arrowhead and a compass with a boat, which is a much better choice. In fact, I think I'm just going to do that because I want an arrowhead anyway, and I have planes that I can use here. So that's actually what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this plane right there in order to fly over to this location instead of taking the boat. In doing so, I will gain a compass and an arrowhead, and that will end my turn.
Okay. So I'm going to pay 2 tablets and an arrowhead to explore up the research track. I get a free tablet, so I basically paid at a discount, and I get to draw a card from my deck. And that's the turn.
Jeez, okay. So now I am going to... Okay. I have an arrowhead and I have 2 tablets. I would like to... Okay, so I can either use the arrowhead for this and upgrade one of my assistants. Although I am beginning... Although that would put my assistant back in play, wouldn't it, for this round?
I do.
Right?
Yes, it would.
Then I'm going to... But it would only give me 2 coins in 2 planes, which doesn't really help me anymore. Alternatively, a coin and a compass, which I guess could help me, but not much. Okay. I'm going to use this to get 2 compasses. And now that I have those compasses, I could do this. Exchange one of my assistants with one available on the supply board. The new one is the same level and refreshed. So what are the other choices here? We have one with a tablet.
Yeah, so you could...
Or compasses.
You could go up here, make them gold, and then buy that thing next time to have a gold.
Yeah, that doesn't really help me that much.
Yeah.
I don't know if moving up this board here is going to do much for me other than gain me victory points, which is nice. Although at the current point, that only really changes from 1 to 2, which isn't that great. It'd be better to move my magnifying glass, which I need a coin and a ruby for, which I think I have. I do have that. So I could move my magnifying glass up, and I could get a compass for that. Which I think is actually what I'm going to do, because I'm just not really liking any of my other choices right now. So I think I'm going to do that. So then I'm going to move this magnifying glass up, gain a compass, lose a coin and a ruby, and that's my turn.
Okay. I'm going to pay a coin, a tablet, and an arrowhead to keep moving my magnifying glass up. So I go here, and I get a compass. That's my turn.
Okay. I still have this arrowhead. I'm going to go ahead and defeat my guardian now. So in order to do that, I will use... this plane.
Yeah, another option, if you want, although it's only a singular point, is you do have this artifact available.
Right. I guess that would gain me an extra point over what I currently have.
Yeah, although it feels like with your 4 compasses, maybe getting 2 points is better, but...
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm using this plane as the jeep, and I'm going to use my arrowhead in order to defeat this guardian, who I now have in my possession to do tasks for me, like taking me across bodies of water.
Mm-hmm.
And that ends my turn. Okay.
Okay. So what do I need now? I need a coin, a compass, and a ruby to go up.
You do.
How could I get there? Coin, compass, ruby. Coin is easy, but ruby is not. So let's work for that ruby. So to get the ruby, I will play this, or actually, I will just go ahead and use my friendly snake.
Right.
So one time I get to use it for movement, and I'll come here to get a ruby, and I have to get rid of a card from my hand. I will get rid of just this one.
Okay. Okay. So, I think I have a little bit of catching up to do, if I'm reading this right. I do have 4 compasses, which I could spend right now. I have 2 idols to get additional resources. Let's see what moving up this will take. So in order to move up my notebook, which upgrades my assistants, which I've kind of already decided doesn't really do much for me, although it does refresh them, but it's really not much. if I refresh them, I would have access to 2 more coins or a coin and a compass. The vehicles don't do anything for me anymore. So getting 2 more coins would get me to 7 coins, which doesn't really do much either. I guess it's more objects.
Hold on, let me. Okay, keep going. I do think some leftover resources count towards some victory points, but keep going and I'll take a look.
Sure. Or a coin and a compass. Having an additional compass would get me 5 compasses, which also doesn't really do much for me. In order to move up, I need a compass and a ruby. I'm just not going to be able to get a ruby. That's just not going to happen.
We're here.
Although I could spend a coin for a ruby, I guess, is a choice that I have. Spending a coin for a ruby, I could use the ruby and a compass in order to achieve this, which my game is starting to lag on me, which could be a problem. That's
I was advancing the rulebook in game, and it was.
Oh, okay.
I'll just look at it online.
There's a tablet upgrade to a arrowhead, which I would get. Does that even help me at all? I don't think so. Well, actually, it might. You know what? I think I see my path here. And I'm going to just go for it and see what happens. The first thing I want to do is take this assistant and just use her for a compass. I'm going to turn her over, take a compass out of her pocket. Now I have 5 compasses. Do I need to do that? No. But it's a passive activity, and it helps me. I'm going to use an idol, and I'm going to spend a coin for a ruby. Now that I've spent my coin for a ruby using the magical powers of this idol at the campsite, I guess I like rubbed it or something, and a genie came out or some shit.
And it said, "Pay up."
Yeah. So anyway, I think with that, I can move my magnifying glass up by spending my ruby and a compass. Okay. In doing so, I will transfer a tablet into a ruby, or sorry, not a ruby, a arrowhead, okay. And that will end my turn for now.
And you get to draw a card.
Your what? Oh, I do. Okay, so was that? Where do I do that?
Hover over your deck and press 1. There you go.
Ah, okay. Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay, so back to me. Okay, so now
that was a good move. That was a little bit.
Okay. So I'm gonna play this for a coin. So that's my coin. Whoop. My coin, my compass, and my ruby to get all the way up the research track. When there's a pile of tokens here, I get to pick one to take. Well, the exile doesn't really do anything for me, so I'm gonna just get a compass.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right, with my next turn.
And now, I don't know if I mentioned this, but now that I'm all the way up at the track, I can spend excess resources to get these little tokens that are just victory points.
Okay.
This gets me 2. This plus this gets me a 6. All 3 gets me an 11.
Okay, I see. Also, I assume this plus this gets you a 6 as well.
Yep.
Okay. What about this and this? Does that also get you?
No, it has to be.
It has to be. It has to be alongside. Okay. All right.
Two,
got it.
3.
Now that I'm going to spend a coin, a tablet, and an arrowhead to move my magnifying glass right here, which will grant me a compass, and I think that ends my turn. No, I can actually have a passive activity, so I'm going to go ahead and use this for 2 coins.
Okay.
And end my turn. Okay. Cool.
Oh, and I looked. Excess resources at the end do not count towards points, but once we get to a certain point in this final round, you might as well just spend your coins to just buy up cards for victory points.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, I still have an archaeologist. Wow. Okay.
Oh shit.
Wow, still have an archaeologist. So I think I would want to come here. Okay, well, I might as well have my geologist give me an arrowhead. That's free.
Uh-huh.
How am I gonna play a boat? Okay, well, I'll just use this as a boat. I'm flying in to this
You'll
place.
sit on it over the water.
So I drew a card,
Right.
gained a coin, and gained a tablet.
Jesus. Okay. I have 5 coins and 5 compasses, which doesn't really do much for me anymore. Actually, it does. I'm going to spend my other totem. Sorry, idol. Not my totem. My idol. And I'm going to spend a coin for a ruby. In doing so, I can move my magnifying glass up to here by spending a coin, compass, and a ruby.
You don't have to exile, but you can exile something. I don't think...
I don't really want to, because these are all just victory points for me, and I don't...
Okay.
Yeah, I don't... I'm not going to do that. Okay, that ends my turn.
Okay, so let's see. What else do I have here? Both of my archaeologists are out now, so can't do that. Okay.
You can
So
just try to continue moving up the research path.
Yeah, I think I will. So I'm gonna play my idol, and I need to read about it, so I need to pay a tablet. I can now research with a discount of ruby. So let's see.
Oh,
That's either a free 2 points. Ooh, although I do have this and this, which would be 6 points.
You also have your notebook with a ruby and a coin.
Yeah, or an increase of only 2 points. Although I would get 3 compasses. So yeah, I think I'll just I'm actually not 100% sure research with the discount applies to these tiles. So just for fairness sake, I'm gonna go ahead and just move my journal up.
Yeah.
So I'll pay the coin. It gets me 3 compasses.
I actually think that's going to be better for you.
And then I will pass.
Well, no, not necessarily. Okay, my turn. Well, I have 4 compasses and 3 coins. I really can't move my journal anywhere, because there's none that are only a compass and a coin. So I can't really write about... I researched all this shit and didn't even write it down in my journal, so no one will ever know but me. But that's fine. I'm the only one who needs the knowledge anyway.
Does this or this one help you out at
So
all?
let's see. Draw up to 2 cards.
Or this could be very good.
But how would I activate? Okay, I could just act... Oh, that's true. That could be very good.
That's any 2 campsites, regardless if there's a thing there or not.
True.
So you can literally just take any.
That's true. That's actually... Well, I was going to look here anyway, so I'm not going to say that I would have missed it. So let's look at my options before I do that, though. With 2 compasses, I could exchange one of my... That's useless, as far as I know. Because exchanging with these, I would have... I could get a compass, a tablet. I'm not doing that. Alternatively, 4 compasses would allow me to pay coins to activate any 2 sites, but I guess it's just 1 coin, so I only get to do this once. That still could be huge. And I still have enough coins to buy the card that I need.
Oh yeah, true.
So that would be really good, actually. Drop the 2 cards in the bottom of my deck. That probably won't help me very much, and even if it would, it's a bit of a risk. Or I could defeat a Guardian, which is obviously what I want to do, considering that I'm not facing any Guardians right now. But if I was, I would maybe do that. And then I could get 3 coins, exchange a tablet for an arrowhead that I wouldn't even do anything because I don't have that. I mean, getting 3 coins is nice, but it wastes all my compasses. That's a complete waste. So, I'm buying this for sure. I almost bought the wrong thing. I am buying this for sure. Now...
Okay, so pay your 4 compasses.
4 compasses and then 1 coin.
1 gold.
What I'm going to do is look for the 2 sites which are going to benefit me the most. Now, ideally, I should be moving my magnifying glass up. Because
and it does say they have to be different.
They have to be different. What does that mean? They have to have like a different icon, different artifact?
That means like you can't take arrowhead twice. You have to take like arrowhead, tablet, or something. Fair
enough. So I have... Okay. So I could move my notebook up, which would refresh my assistance. If I did that, I would be able to get a coin or a compass. That doesn't really help me at all, because having one compass probably won't help. I guess it could help for an artifact. Okay, I really have to think about what I need here. So in order to move my magnifying glass up, I will need a coin and 2 tablets. Alternatively, a ruby. Alternatively, a compass and an arrowhead. I am all out of compasses, and refreshing my assistance could give me a compass. But in order to refresh my assistance, I need to use an arrowhead anyway. So that's pretty much out of the question. Okay, that's pretty much out of the question. So it's really going to be these 2 options that I have right here. So ruby, coin, 2 tablets. If I can get a ruby, a coin, and 2 tablets with this next draw, that would be huge and would be better than spending my 2 coins on this card. So let's see if that's an option. So I need 2 tablets and a ruby, which is literally something I can do because I have 2 tablets right here and I have a ruby right here.
No, it has to be tent sites.
Oh, it has to be tents.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I don't think you can get a ruby from this one because you don't have a card to be able to
That's
discard.
true. Jeez, that sucks. Okay.
But it can be anything else. It can be 2 coins, 2 compass, 2 tablet, arrowhead.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think you're basically in play for one of the 2 tiles. Either the coin 2 tablet
Or the arrowhead
or the
compass.
magnif.
Well,
Yep.
if I move the blue journal up, that wouldn't help me at all, actually. I would refresh my assistant. No, hold on, let me think about this. If I were to move my journal up right now, if I were to take 2 tablets, and I could gain it, I could do 2 tablets and an arrowhead. If I were to do that, I would be able to move my journal up and write about one of the things that I haven't written about because I was a little too lazy at the moment. My mind was on other things. If I do that, I'll refresh one of my assistants, which I could use to gain 2 extra coins, or a coin and a compass. With a coin and a compass, I would have 3 coins and a compass, which, and an arrowhead. I would lose an arrowhead though, and tablets. That's just not a good idea at all. All right, it looks like my only choice here really is just to go activate these 2 tablets, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to gain 2 tablets, and I'm going to gain an arrowhead, I think. Well, no, hold on. I already have 2 coins to buy. I need to spend a coin for the tablet, so I might want to get the coins, actually. Compasses don't really do anything for me. See, I'm going to activate the coins.
Okay.
And now I have to end my turn, I think, right?
Yep.
Okay.
What was I doing? I have no idea.
Probably moving forward. You have 4 compasses and an arrowhead. Just, you know.
Oh, I do have that. I could get myself a tablet. Well, I might as well just play all these free things.
Sure.
So that's a coin, that's a compass.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Now that's pretty good too. Relocate an already placed archaeologist to another site. That seems pretty powerful.
It's a tent or a second level.
And you do not have to pay for the travel either. It's like a magical teleportation staff.
Right. Although you are paying with 4 compasses. So
right. But I think that seems definitely worth it. So I will,
sure.
with 4 compasses, I will buy this. I'm gonna move an archaeologist to a tent or other site. So where would I go? What do I need? I definitely need 2 tablets.
Yeah.
Or no, I need a ruby. Because then I could do ruby,
that's
compass,
true.
arrowhead to get a 6
get
tile.
A 6, yeah.
So I'm gonna move. I'm yellow. I'm gonna boop 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 boop. Take my land and sea tank.
Of course.
And I'm gonna go through the water and then onto the land to get a ruby. And then I pass.
Okay. Wow. So my plan was to move my magnifying glass up and then buy a card. That's basically what I'm going to do. So I'm going to move my magnifying glass up. Well, I don't move it up. I just take this,
Just
right?
take one of
So
those,
I'm
yep.
getting rid of 2 tablets, spending a coin, and I'm taking a little victory thing that I'll put
Yeah, and I think
over here, I guess.
yeah.
Well, I'll put it on my campsite.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my turn for that. Wait, does that use a turn?
It does, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and then I will spend a compass, an arrowhead, and a ruby
Oh,
to get
geez.
a 6 tile.
Wow. And you didn't even use all your idols. I think I'm going to win this one, guys. I think this one's right in the bag for me.
I didn't even have idols to use, to be honest. I would have used them if I had them, but I never got
Oh,
any.
you don't? Oh, okay. Well, that ended up benefiting you in the long run because you're getting more points out of your camp than I am. Okay, I'm going to win, though. It's fine. This is totally my game. We can see that it's all lining up for me right now. So I have 3 coins. I'm going to go ahead and use them to buy this just so I can get the additional coins. Or sorry, victory points. It doesn't really do anything for me otherwise, but it gets me victory points. That's my turn. Oh, right. Sorry.
I don't think there's anything else I can do. This gets me a tablet. I'm not going to exile anything, but I do get a tablet, and then I pass.
Wait, you get the choice to exile? You don't have to?
Correct. You don't have to.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my turn. So all I have is a coin. Well, I do have... I can exile a card, and I can travel by boat, but I can't actually travel by boat because my archaeologists are both a bit occupied. I have 1 coin, which I can't spend on this. I can't spend it on anything. I think that puts me out. I think I am out. I want to make absolutely certain, but I'm pretty sure I am. I've used both my assistants, all my deck, or on my hand, that is. Guardians are useless for me. So wait a minute. I can't flip these Guardians. Are they going to be worth 5 points at the end?
They still will be worth 5.
Okay,
yeah.
good, because it's not showing it on that side. It's just making me worried.
Mhm.
All right, well, I think I'm done. I think I have to pass. All right.
Okay, and I think
just
I
won,
also
y'all.
have to pass.
I
I
just
have
won.
a coin and a tablet. If I had 1 more tablet, I could get another tile, but I do not have
Oh,
it. So
damn.
I have to pass as well. So we're going to calculate scores and see if it works. Are you sure you want to calculate scores?
I mean, I
absolutely
don't know.
positive.
We could sit around for a bit and discuss it.
Okay, it says I won. I don't know if it did it correctly, but I did it.
Okay. So you have...
So let's actually
check.
score it up so we can show what it looks like. So starting with research tokens. So that is the combination of victory points between where your magnifying glass and your notebook ended.
Right.
So for me, that was 23 for getting all the way up here first, plus 6, 29.
29. And for me, I had 21 for where my magnifying glass was, and an additional 1. So 22.
Okay, so next are the temple tiles. So that was the tiles that we were gaining from the great bird god.
Right.
You had 1, 2 tile, so that's 2 extra victory points. And I had a 6. So
Okay.
so far this scoring on the left is correct. That's what I'm just
All right,
comparing
I think
against.
we'll trade off for each one, so we'll each read a line of it. Okay, so for the idols, those are the little idols you got after defeating. I think you got you got them for discovering a new land. So they are each worth 3 points. I had 4 of them, which means that I had 12. Whereas Steven had 13. Oh, so the idol slots.
That's counting the slots here as well.
Okay. So if you don't spend your idols, so just to as a proof of concept, if you don't spend your idols, you get more points because each of these tiles have a point value associated in addition to your idols. But if you spend the idol on top of it, you override those point values. So Steven had 2 of these point values still available, and for that reason, he ended up with 6 from the idols, and then an additional 7 from the spaces, which gave him 13. So he beat me on that as well.
I think it did end up doing your guardians wrong here because each guardian is worth 5 points. So I had 5, 10 points worth of guardians, and you actually had
15.
5, 10, 15 points worth of guardians.
So we have to add 5 to my score, which places me the loser again with
Okay, well, hold on. We're not done. It might still...
Yeah, it might still round out, I'm sure. So with items and artifacts...
if you want to... but before we get to items and artifacts, if you want to go ahead and from your hand and from your deck, take out only the cards that have points on them.
Okay.
Probably the easiest way to do this.
Yeah, I'll leave the ones that don't in the box. So my deck is in my campsite, right?
Yes.
That's useless. Okay, points. All right. Items and artifacts. Steven, are you done?
Yes.
Okay. Steven has 4 from these two. So these are the victory points for all of the cards that we bought, basically. Steven has 4 from these two, an additional 2 from these, with 6. A 7th, an 8th and a 9th, a 10th, an 11th and a 12th, a 13th, and a 14th. 14 points for items and artifacts for Steven, and for me, I wound up with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's correct.
Okay, and then the last thing is just negative points from fear cards. We actually both did a really good job at getting rid of all of our fear cards, so no negative points for either of us. We were not afraid at all.
Good. Yeah, I was not. I was brave this entire time, especially when I rammed my plane into the flying bird. That took a lot of bravery and guts.
That brings our final scores to my total, which is the winning total still, and it is correct, at 72. And your total, which is not correct at the end, it should be 5 points above what it says here at 61. So only an 11-point difference between us, which primarily came from 4 points from my temple tile difference, and then also research track.
Right.
It seems like.
Well, I did defeat more guardians, so in the end of the day, I am the true warrior.
Well, you didn't defeat them. You overcame them, and they bowed to you, and they're your best friends.
Well, I didn't say I killed them, but I defeated them.
Yes.
We were in battle, and I defeated them. So I am the true warrior of this game.
And just as a reminder, you rammed a giant frog, you rammed a giant bird, and you paid off.
Hold on, let's be very careful with our language here. I rammed them with a vehicle in both cases. Okay, yes.
And then you paid off a monkey.
Right. That one wasn't as exciting, honestly. I'm not as proud of that one, but you know.
I had to find a tiger and then respectfully stab it with an arrow. And then I had to find a serpent, give it some money, and then stab it while it was looking at the money.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
The old strategy of distraction was employed in that battle.
Okay, well, thank you for playing. It's pretty late on my side, so I think this will be the only one. There is expansion content for this game as well that, I don't know, we may or may not try at some point before the Get Wrecked episode.
If you're available, I'd love to.
Yeah, I'll say that. To be honest, it only makes the game more complicated, so that'll be fun to try, but more complicated in an interesting way. The biggest difference between this game and the expansion game, well, one, there are a couple different board sides where like the requirements to go to places are a little bit different. There's also different research tracks, so again, just changes the requirements to go up the track, so it changes the game in some, kind of minor but interesting ways. The biggest difference from the expansion content is instead of just playing 2 generic explorers, we actually enhance the story a little bit more by becoming specific leaders who each have their strengths and weaknesses. So for instance, like the Duchess comes and she likes to collect gold and use money. There's an explorer who has a pet falcon who can go out and do specific things. So that's kind of what the expansion brings to the table. But that was Tabletop Simulator. I hope that you like Tabletop Simulator as well. I won't ask your opinions on this game yet because that's kind of...
That's for Get Wrecked.
That's for Get Wrecked.
I think we might stream to Twitch.
Whoop whoop.
So I think you might be seeing Get Wrecked on this Twitch channel, which I'll schedule as soon as we have that planned out. It was pretty cool. I didn't get to flip the table, which I wanted to do.
I have so many channel points.
You do? Hell yeah! Good job. You can use them in a highlighted message, or I think one of the special emotes. Do you have enough for the emotes?
We should have gambled. I do. Yes.
Fantastic. All right. Hey, thank you so much for joining along here. And as for chat, I'm going to be restarting stream like really quickly, and I will not be joined by whedgehead anymore, and we'll begin playing the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 campaign on Veteran and continuing our series of playing every Call of Duty campaign on Veteran difficulty. So I'll play a couple missions. We probably won't do a ton because it's pretty late as well, and I think not necessarily prime time, but I'll play a few. So we'll still be live, and give a big round of applause to whedgehead for victory in today's.
Well, again, I am a professional
You are.
at the video game. Or at the board game. I play it in professional tournaments, so no surprise.
Yeah. Which
It was
you've
just
accrued,
all in a
you've
day's work.
you've
My
accrued
typical 9 to 5.
unbelievable wealth through this activity.
Yes,
of-
absolutely. All the idols that I could dream of.
Right. Wait, they give you idols for like
They,
real life
they only
idols?
pay us. Yeah, they only pay us in idols.
Oh. Okay.
Mhm. And then, but we can again turn those idols in for a coin for a ruby.
Right.
We want a ruby. We could draw a card
Yeah. So.
of life, a life card.
Mhm. So have you found that's been useful for you since?
Yeah, for sure.
Great. Well, that's nice. All right, folks. We're gonna restart stream. So that's just to give people notification again. I'll put notifications out as well, and we'll play a little bit of Black Ops 2. And yeah, thanks Stephen for joining, and we'll see Stephen again on our we'll hear Stephen on our podcast. Get wrecked in about a week or so.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was fun.
It was fun. Yeah. Okay. I'm
Bye-bye.
restarting.
Bye, chat. Bye, chat. Bye.
Bye. I mean, I'll see you again very soon. Okay.